Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.
Hello friends, I am Professor Shweta Yadav from Department of Electrical Engineering from Zeal College of Engineering and Research. In today's lecture, we will see operational amplifier as a triangular wave generator. So basically, we will use here two operational amplifiers which will be connected in series. Okay. So let's draw a circuit for operational amplifier as a triangular wave generator. So as I have told you, we will draw here two operational amplifiers. One will be comparator and one will be integrator. We have already seen integrator circuit hence before. So suppose this is resistor R2, this will be resistor R3, which will be variable. Here will be resistor R1, this will be connected to the another operational amplifier here. So this will be connected to the inverting terminal of another amplifier. Here will be the positive terminal, that is non-inverting terminal, which will be grounded of another second operational amplifier, and here we will get V0, and this will be here connected capacitor circuit. So this is C, VCC and VEE. Here also minus VEE and VCC, and from here again it will be connected to the feedback of first. So this is a circuit for triangular wave generator. As I have told you that here there will be combination of two operational amplifiers. So if you will observe this circuit, then this second operational amplifier is nothing but integrator circuit, okay, where capacitor and resistors will be a main components to integrate the input waveform, okay. And here this is nothing but a comparator circuit, okay, where one terminal I have given as a ground, means it will compare with always 0 volt, which is given to the inverting terminal, and on another terminal we have given a feedback. So here will be a voltage divider, and so this point I will call it as a P point. So suppose I will call this as a A1 and this will be A2. So this is a comparator circuit, this is an integrator circuit, okay. So simply a triangular wave generator is nothing but a comparator circuit connected to the integrator circuit, okay. So now we will see one by one how we will get an output as a triangular wave generator. Now we know that to the integrator circuit, if I will apply a sine wave, then we will get cosine wave. If I will apply a square wave, then we will get a triangular wave. So here, in order to get a triangular wave to this integrator circuit, I should apply a square wave through this channel. So this will be producing a square wave, okay. This circuit will be producing a square wave, okay. So as we know, comparator output is also a square wave. So first of all we will see one by one. Now at this point P, okay, suppose here is 0 volt, okay, and on this non-inverting terminal I have got a more voltage than this inverting terminal, okay. So more voltage means it should be more than 0 volt or some positive volt. So at this P point, if I have got a more voltage, then here at output side I will get a positive square wave, okay. So here I will get a positive square wave which will be equal to plus V saturation. So suppose I will draw here a diagram. So this is V saturation plus and this is minus V saturation. So now here consider that when the voltage across on this comparator on this non-inverting terminal will be more than inverting terminal, then output will be in a positive saturation. So here I will get a output in a positive saturation. So similarly here this positive saturation means plus positive voltage will be given on this inverting terminal of second operational amplifier. Here a non-inverting terminal is connected to ground. So here will be also voltage 0. Okay. So if I have given some positive voltage on this terminal, that is inverting terminal, then there will be more voltage on this inverting terminal and hence I will get here output in a negative way. Okay. And also I will get here output as a negative ramp. Why? Because this is connected, input is connected to the inverting terminal of operational amplifier. Okay. So for the positive square wave here, positive V saturation, I will get here output as a negative ramp. Okay. So this negative ramp will be, so negative voltage will be given to this P. So here also I will get a negative ramp. Okay. Till here my input voltage is positive. Okay. So as I am getting here negative ramp, so my voltage across this P will go on decreasing. Okay. So voltage across this P will go on decreasing. As soon as voltage across this P will go on decreasing and it will decrease below 0. Okay. So below, as it will decrease below 0 here, then the voltage across this inverting terminal will be more, because here will be voltage in minus. Okay. So this terminal will be more. So here if the voltage across my inverting terminal is more, then output I will get my output of first operational amplifier will go into minus V saturation. So here it will go into minus V saturation. So as I will attain this voltage as a minus V ramp, so I will consider this voltage as a minus V ramp and this will be plus V ramp. Okay. So as it will attain minus V ramp voltage, then here the voltage will be more on inverting terminal and I will get a negative saturation. So here my output of first op amp will go into a minus V saturation, and as it will go into minus V saturation, a negative voltage will be more on this inverting terminal of second operational amplifier. So as there will be more negative voltage on the second operational amplifier inverting terminal, my non-inverting terminal will be more positive, because here I will get a negative voltage than the 0 volt. So here again my output will go on increasing. Okay, because here voltage is more than this, voltage on non-inverting terminal will be more than inverting terminal, and so it will go on increasing, it will get inverted, and here my ramp will again go on increasing. My positive ramp will go on increasing. As my positive ramp will go on increasing and it will go above 0 line, so this is 0 voltage. So this is nothing but what we are giving as a feedback to this P point. Okay, means to the non-inverting terminal of op amp 1. So as it will cross a 0 volt and it will move further and attain a plus V ramp value. So here again there will be more voltage on my positive terminal. So if there will be more voltage compared to on negative terminal on my positive terminal, then again my output will go into plus V saturation. Okay, so here up till my ramp signal attains plus V ramp, my ramp signal will attain plus V ramp voltage. Till then my output of previous amplifier, means first amplifier, was in minus saturation, and as it is attaining a voltage plus V ramp, then it will go into again plus V saturation. Okay, and again if it will be going into plus V saturation, here will be more voltage on inverting terminal, positive voltage will be more, and so the output wave will get inverted here, and so it will get on decreasing. So in this way we have got a triangular wave at output. So here at output side I will get a triangular wave, okay, but its amplitude will be less than our amplitude of square wave. Now amplitude of square wave will be function of this DC supply voltage. Okay, so I will write here amplitude of square wave will be function of DC supply voltage, and amplitude of this triangular wave and also frequency, see frequency of square wave and triangular will be same. So amplitude of this triangular wave will be depend upon the components used here. Okay, so this will be more dependent upon R3, and we will see the derivation for it. Now for example, here we will find out amplitude for our triangular wave. So amplitude for so as I have told, see here V ramp will go on decreasing, so here also V ramp will go on decreasing. So on this, see, observe on this point P, which is a voltage divider point. Here voltage across R2 will be negative. Okay, voltage across R2 will be negative, as there will be a negative going ramp here, and at the same time voltage across this R3 will be positive V saturation here. Okay, so voltage across this will be positive V saturation. Once my voltage across this point, means voltage across this R3 will switch from plus V saturation to minus V saturation, or minus V saturation to plus V saturation. So at that point here I will be having some voltage across this R2 which will be plus V ramp or minus V ramp. So whenever this will switch from plus V saturation to minus V saturation or minus V saturation to plus V saturation, here for some instant I will get a zero value. So at this point P, I will get some zero value for some time instant before switching my output voltage of first operational amplifier from positive V saturation to negative V saturation or negative V saturation to positive V saturation. So at that point this voltage will be zero. Okay, means voltage developed across this R2 will be equal to the voltage developed across this R3. So if I will write here, then my formula will become minus V ramp, which will be the voltage developed across this R2 will be equal to voltage. So here will be minus V ramp, then voltage across this R3 will be plus V saturation. So it will be plus V saturation across R3. Okay, so I will just simplify this. So it will become minus V ramp is equal to minus R2 upon R3 V saturation. So this will be my first equation. Similarly, for the another, my plus V ramp means, for example, when it will go to from plus V saturation to minus V saturation. So at that time it will become plus V ramp is equal to minus R2 upon R3 minus V sat. So this will be the another equation. So at these both voltages, at these both times, this my P will be equal to 0. Okay, whenever my output of first operational amplifier will switch from plus V saturation to minus or minus to plus, at both switching times before it gets switched, my voltage will be 0. Okay, and at that time we have developed this two outputs, means two voltage outputs, okay, or two voltage equations. Now we will take from equation 1 and 2, we will find out peak to peak voltage of our triangular wave. So peak to peak voltage of our triangular wave, if I will derive this as a V0 pp, then it will be equal to plus V ramp. So peak to peak voltage means between these two, so it will be plus V ramp V0 peak to peak voltage will be and minus V ramp. So I will substitute these both equations here. So it will become minus R2 upon R3 minus V saturation minus this minus R2 upon R3 V saturation. So this will be equal to 2 R2 upon R3 V saturation, V output peak to peak voltage. So here we have got an amplitude peak to peak for our triangular wave, which is dependent upon R2 and R3. So if you will observe, V saturation is constant. So if you will observe here, R2 will be also constant, V saturation will be also constants. Then output of this triangular wave, amplitude of output of this triangular wave will be dependent upon this variable resistor R3. Okay, so if my R3 will increase, then magnitude will get decreased. If R3 will decrease, magnitude will be increased. Okay, so this was the formula for amplitude wave. Now we will see the formula for frequency. So before going to frequency, first I will derive time. So see, my signal, my ramp signal from minus V ramp to V ramp. Okay, so suppose this is a total time period T. So in order to swing my triangular wave signal from minus V ramp to V ramp, time taken is T by 2. Okay, so here I will write time taken by output, time taken by output to swing from minus V ramp to plus V ramp is T by 2. Okay, and we know integrator formula. Okay, hence before we have seen operational amplifier as an integrator. So we have derived that formula, that is V output is equal to minus 1 upon RC integration 0 to time T into V in T dt. Means here my input wave will be integrated and I will get an integrated wave, means output at this output we will get an integration of input wave. And here V in is nothing but, means this is an integrator, and input wave is a square wave. Okay, so input wave is a here square wave we have given. So if we will observe that for this instance, means for minus V ramp to V ramp instant, only for T by 2 time, here whenever my ramp is increasing, my input is negative V saturation given. Okay, my input is negative V saturation given. So my output will become here, output voltage V output of triangular wave will become 1 upon minus 1 upon R1 C1. Here is R1 and C, or C1 we will consider. Okay, I will write here C only. Okay, and 0 to T by 2 value, 0 to T by 2 why? Because here only I required a T by 2 value. This is a total time period and I have required only T by 2 value. So V in is nothing but the negative saturation here I have got, and so minus V saturation dt. So if I will solve this equation, it will become V sat upon R1 C T by 2. Okay, and that will become T by 2. Suppose this is V out. So VOT upon V saturation into R1C. Okay, so my time period will be equal to 4. Okay, I will 2 into VOT R1C upon V saturation. And suppose I will substitute this value of our VOT, means whatever the amplitude here I have got here, into this equation. So my T will become 4 R1 C1 R2 upon R3. So this is a time period, total time period I have got. Okay, so total time period of this triangular wave I have got, one crest and one trough, and so my frequency will be inverse of this, that is equal to R3 upon 4 R1 C1 R2. So in this way we have derived an equation for triangular wave and frequency, equation for amplitude of triangular wave and frequency for a triangular wave. So here if we will observe that amplitude is inversely proportional on R3 and frequency is directly proportional on R3. So if R3 will be increased, frequency will be increased here. Okay, so in this way we have derived an equation for a triangular wave and we have seen the circuit for triangular wave generator using operational amplifier. So I hope you have understood this lecture, and thank you.
Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.